Alright, so what's up everyone, this is K Fenrir here. I just wanted to do a quick video on stream before I start actually playing the game online or whatever, and talk about Eddy in Season 3. We all know Season 4 is coming. The Kunimitsu trailer just dropped the other day, and they're talking about better online, balance changes, new moves and everything for everybody. And I just thought I'd take the time to talk about Eddy and what my hopes are for the next season, what I hope they address with this character, because he's in a very lackluster state right now. But even with all that's wrong with him, he still showed up at the end of a tournament just this past week. He came in second in the Eastern USA qualifiers, I believe. Spirojin was playing him. Good job, Spirojin. I just want to talk about the fact that this character has received nothing but buffs since Season 1, and he's still one of the worst characters in the game. I want to talk about how he's in the weirdest position of all the Tekken cast. Because, how did he get here? How did we get to this point with Eddy? Especially after Tag 2, everyone hated him in Tag 2, because in Tag 2, he set Kazuya to... that would work on counter hit. Alright? On counter hit, back one into 4, and then into that, you couldn't block that. So it would give him a full combo. Now, instead of just nerfing it so he couldn't do that anymore, Namco had the bright idea to not only nerf it so that he can't do that anymore, but he can't do this anymore. A 23 frame combo starter reduced to an only on counter hit combo starter. One of the most important aspects of his character, well, not one of the most important, but just an aspect of his character he's had since Tekken 3, and they got rid of it. Fakumra, I'm sure as heck, has a 20 frame combo starter that hits mid that you have to deal with from this range, but Eddy? Oh no, we gotta take that away. That's not all they messed with. This now hits on the 15th frame. It used to be 14 frames. So it's just like everyone else's, but it doesn't work unless it's on counter hit. This now, if people are moving, it's hard to recreate in training mode, but it has a range where it'll connect and not work. There it is. It's one of the only characters with a snake edge that does that. Slippery kicks, whatever you want to call a knockdown combo sweep. You can now outrange Eddy, and he can completely connect with it, and it whiffs entirely. Oh, what's wrong with my frame rate? It's trippy. And, yeah, it whiffs entire... No, sorry, it'll connect, and it'll be unsafe on hit. So what's the point? What's the point of it? See, the thing is, because Eddy was balanced around the fact that, yeah, this could come out and take you at any moment, or this could come out and grab you, or, like, take you. That's why this only worked on counter hit. Now he's just nothing but a bunch of weakened combo starters and offensive potential. Because he had 2 moves taken away. His sidestep 2 was different in Tag 2. They took that away. And he used to have a running 3+4. He doesn't have it anymore. So basically, take all that. That's how they changed him from Tag 2 to Tekken 7. So, Tekken 7 Season 1, he's a very lackluster character. He's lacking objective tools that other characters just have. He doesn't have a good 12 frame, 13 frame punish. Everything below 15 frames, even his 14 frame punish is questionable. Most characters get more than 37 damage. But yeah, at 15 frames, yeah, he's golden. He's got the best high launch in the game, because his is actually 15 frames. I don't think anybody else has anything like that. So that's a positive. He has his 13 frame high launch from a wall standing position, which is actually one of the best moves to fight Kazuya with. Kazuya throws out a bunch of mid-high mix-ups that if you duck, you land this. If he goes for the mid and you block it, you land this. Throws out a freaking hell sweep. Caught an electric while ducking. Yeah. It's a good move. Like, he has good moves and good things about him, but throughout all of Season 1, he was still considered B tier. And that wasn't necessarily an issue because the B tier characters could fight with the higher tier characters in Season 1. Mainly because there were so many of them, and everybody was like, I'm not going to drop my character. I'm still going to use my character regardless of Kazumi existing. No one knew Akuma was stupid yet. So yeah, and Eddy just worked just fine. Like, because Heihachi, Miguel, Master Raven, Bob, Lars, and plenty of other characters were just at that B tier with Eddy, and so Eddy worked just fine. Season 2 came around, everybody got some slight tweaks, nothing too major, new characters came out, all of them were good, except for what, like Anna? So yeah, he started to get a little bit worse because better characters were just showing up. And then Season 3 happened, and all the characters who were bad around him, all the other characters who didn't really work on the same level as Eddy, they got better. Heihachi's better now. Bob is better now. Characters who were better than Eddy already are better now. Claudio, Julia, Paul, they're all really strong. Stronger than they were back then. And Eddy's received a few buffs, so he's stronger than he was back then, but he's still in a worse position competitively. Why? Because this is what they made stronger. It didn't used to have that animation. It didn't used to be +8 on hit, and it didn't used to be... Damn. But you see, it didn't used to be +3 on block. But as you can see, it's a 24 frame move. 24 to 25 frames, it's really slow. You're not going to be creating a pressure situation with this. This is an Oki tool. And they gave him a 12 frame punish, which is what he needed. Here was the problem with it. It's really bad. You want to know why it's bad? Because even on hit, well, first of all, on block, anybody can get a float off of it. Like, it's just super unsafe on block, as it should be. No one has a safe, really strong 12, 13 frame punish, so that's fine. What's not fine is on hit. See, the thing is, on hit, it doesn't ballerina stun or tailspin or do anything to knock them away from you. You go in a handstand right in front of them with very little. It's +6, but that is not plus enough for you to press a button and be safe. Why? Because if they choose not to press anything, you have to choose. You have to do an option. Because if you try to just roll back or fall into relax, they can punish that. They can punish if you choose not to do anything. So if you choose to do something, it's a risk, because it's all mids and lows. And the mids are unsafe, because this one's the fastest possible option. It keeps you in relax. It keeps you in handstand, then he falls into relax. It puts Eddy into a mix-up on hit. Oh, and by the way, there are certain characters who have power crushes, and everyone's rage art, the armor will proc before the 4. No matter what button you press, if they go for a rage art right there, you'll get hit by it. You can choose not to press anything, and then you'll get hit by a rage art. Placebo buff's in a bad mood. It has been a bad mood. A bad move. I admit I was very optimistic about it when I made my Season 3 Eddy impressions video, but this is a bad move. It's not very helpful. And the thing is, a lot of people are wondering, like, is Eddy and Gigas and all the other, like, lower-end characters, Miguel is down here right now with Eddy, are they actually bad, or are all the top-end characters too good? It's both. Do not think just nerfing top-end characters, like the top-tier, S-tier characters, are going to make these characters better. It's not. And a lot of people are calling for, like, just nerfs, no buffs, or... I don't believe that. I believe every individual character should be looked at and evaluated, and you should be able to see what's wrong with Eddy. And I'm not sure people really understand, because people still hate Eddy. Let's get that established right now. People still think there's something wrong with him, like he's too strong or too good or something. That's not true. Let's look at what I want addressed, what I want them to fix for Eddy. First of all, up here at close range, you're limited to 3 options. It's a single jab, down forward 2, and down forward 1. Those are your three options up close. Why? Because if you go for 2 jabs, you need him to block. You need him to guard, standing guard. Okay, you're -4. And you might be thinking, okay, that's not bad, that's safe. But the thing is, you're -4 and you're right up here. So, like, whatever button they press, they're going to beat you. And now you're back on the defensive. You have no oppression, no offense with your jabs. Because they do that. He doesn't have a direct strike after his jabs. That's technically a transition. Other characters just go jab, jab, kick. Jab, 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 punch. Eddy doesn't have that. He has 2 transitions. Okay, so his jabs aren't very good. Also, their range isn't very good compared to other characters. Because the first hit is using his elbow. Technically, so is the second hit. And that's in the command list, just to be clear. 1-2 elbows. His jabs count as elbows. That's why their range is so limited. So he's got elbow strike jabs, and then guess what? What does he have on 2? A single jab. Watch. Hold on. Display settings. He cannot, at any point, string that together into anything else. It's just a single 2. 10 frames, 0 on block. It's just a worse jab. I'm pretty sure he's the only person left with a universal jab. So, when they're looking at where to give this character new moves, when they're looking at where they need to fix this character, I hope this is something they considered. Because he could really use like a 2-2, a 2-1, a 2-4, 2-1-2, 2-1-4, literally anything. Because this is why he's bad up close. 3 technically 4. Like, I think this is pretty good. It does really bad damage, but it jails. It's 12 frames and it jails. There's nothing you can do about it. But his other moves up close are trash. Like, this makes him lean back. Like, look at this. This has less range than his jabs because he leans back. Same with this. This has less range than jabs. It's for when your back is against the wall, because then Eddy can't back up anymore. So yeah, that's his close range problems. Fix this. Because that's really lame. Now we'll get into another really bad issue with Eddy. His frame data is objectively horrible. It's some of the worst in the game. And it's on all of his kicks. The majority of his kicks range from 18 frames or higher. Am I missing one? Okay. So at this range, at his kick range, the capoeira fighter's kick range, he is only limited to 4 fucking moves. Up forward 4. Arguably probably one of his best moves. A really slow hop kick, but it reaches out farther. And it's completely safe. I don't want to be that guy because everyone's like, don't worry about what other characters have. But for the record, Claudio and Dragunov both have this move and they have it better. And they have routine hop kicks in their command lists. Just saying. There's Eddy's. The universal that doesn't launch. Anyway. Another move he can use at kick range. His neutral 4 is a 12 frame little poke. It doesn't do anything. It's not helpful. It just returns the game to neutral. It's blown out of proportion by people who don't play Eddy. It's not actually a good kick, it's just safe, so that's why you see it used in tournaments a lot. Another objective good move that you're limited to using, his sidestep, 3+4. Objectively a really strong move. I think it's one of the only combo starters that didn't get nerfed into this game, actually. It's not a true combo starter, though. Like, the combos you get with this are very small. Very minuscule damage, like Akuma without meter. Yeah, that's the wrong side. Okay, it's that side. It's that side up close. Okay. No, it's not. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Here's max damage with it. So as you can see, you can get 50 damage off 13 frames. But it's not true 13 frames because the game registers sidestep first, then 13. So it's not a true I-13. It's like getting 50 damage off of what? Like an I-14, I-15? It's still pretty good, though. It's a really strong anti-approach tool. If you run into Eddy, wave dash into Eddy. If you do anything but, like, Kazumi's running too, or any of Alyssa's thruster moves, you're probably going to get hit by it. Okay, so that's this. Oh, inside step 4. Really strong low, actually. As you can see, it's a safe low. If he blocks it. But, at the same time, at no point can you make it natural. And if you turn off him guarding, the reason why, because it's +5 on hit. I don't see why he should be able to block right there. I don't think they should be able to. Like, that's a change I would do. Get rid of this, like, blocking thing they can do, because it makes sense when you do it to Claudio. He trips you up and gets a follow-up. I get a potential follow-up. You can get hit by this, choose not to press buttons, and then block whatever I do. So why can you even block it in the first place? So those are pretty much the 4 moves you're limited to at this range to be safe. Like, you know, if you want to be risky, you can go for that. You can try to, like, go for these, like, raw, like, really fast. Down, forward, quarter circle motions. But you'll never actually get it out at, like, I-13 with a quarter circle. This comes out at I-19 because it actually has the input in its move list for a quarter circle. It's got wall standing 3 and down forward 3. A lot of people don't know that, but that's why this knocks you out of what you're doing. I-19. But as you can see, lots of 18 frame, 20 frame, 30 frame moves. And you might be thinking, oh, well, that's because, you know, at this range, it's pretty good, you know. He hides in the back, he backdashes, you go for an attack, and he catches you. Well, here's the thing. Eddy has no approach, and these aren't offensive afflicted moves. So what's stopping someone with life lead from running away from Eddy the same way Eddy runs away? Or more so over, what's stopping someone with 14 frame, you know, 13 frame, 15 frame, 16 frame, 17 frame kick move from operating in this range and just getting free counter hits on Eddy? Not much. You're like, it's your movement. It should be your movement. Like, no, man, no. Like, I move back, I move out of the way, and then I go for a move, and I get caught. That's what really happens. Like, if it should be my movement, why don't you see this in more tournaments then? If these moves are good, if these moves are viable, why is he limited to, like, 4? So my vote on how to, like, fix him, like generally, because I don't think anybody else is as limited in their movesets as Eddy is. At least not by choice, because you see other characters use the same 2-3 moves over and over again because they're really strong. None of the moves Eddy's limited to using are really strong or, like, the best in the game or whatever. He doesn't have a down 2 like Dragunov. An obnoxious low poke you're not going to see coming. These are slow. They're slow. and they are unsafe. That is minus 13. That is minus 26. That is a 20. That is a 24 frame move. That is minus 27. It doesn't even give you a follow-up. You can't even hit them after you knock them on the ground. Oh, I guess you can. Slightly. I can't pick him up or anything. It's not one of these. Why is it minus 27? Anyway. So yeah, we're basically at this point with Eddy. As you can see, he's low risk, low reward. Because let's see what happens if you actually land these moves, these slow moves. Stand, guard off. Okay. I land this, natural combo. Okay, that's pretty good. It's 18 frames and a high. I've seen people actually recover from sidestepping and guarding faster than this tracking move is connected with them. So I don't know about all that, about this actually being a good move. What happens when I counter hit it? There you go. It's a full combo starter. That's why. That's why it's so slow. That's why it's not a good move. But at the same time, as you can see, it knocks them off axis, so they'll fall out of the full combo. Not all the time. It won't do it all the time. Sometimes you get the full combo. That's not one of the times. But as you can see. So that's why that move is bad. That's why it's so slow. And, by the way, I can't set Kazuya to do it, but you can jab in between these hits on block. You know what? Why do I even have Kazuya as my training partner? Hold on. I need to be able to prove my points better. Jesus, I've already been talking about him for 20 minutes. No. Yeah, some big bad natural combo starter move. Stop it. Anyway. So yeah, that's that move. And I wouldn't be as mad about it if it wasn't for the fact that this is his neutral 3. This isn't even like a command normal. This is his 3. And this is his 4. What do other characters get on there for? An 11 to 12 frame high kick that counter hits into a combo starter. I get an 18 frame move that does that. Are you serious? So what would I do to change it? If you want me to be honest, I'd take this away altogether, make this 2 frames faster, and just make it natural combo. 16 frame. How much damage does it do? 40 damage. Bring that in a bit. Make it like 30 something. Or keep it at 40 because at 12 frames I get 31. And at 14 frames I get 37. So yeah, maybe leave the damage alone, make it faster. Take away the counter hit combo state. I think that'd be fair. Same with this. Look at it. That is 20 frames and a high. Look at the damage it does. And it knocks them away if they're off axis. Are you serious? Doesn't natural in the either option. The low option is minus 21. The mid option is minus 9. I guess that's a good thing. Not really, though, because, like, I land this on hit. I get this tiny little tap. They can't hit buttons, but fun fact. That's jab interruptible, too. Watch this. Stop it. Stop it. So, yeah, another... It's basically exactly the same as this, but worse. Worse in every way. This is just a worse neutral 3. How would I fix it? Take the low option away, because this is a stupid mix-up that's easy to read. And make it just natural on hit into this. Because this also does the counter hit stun state. If you're not off axis. Yeah. Just make this combo into this. Like, who cares? How much damage does that do? Unbelievable. That needs to natural on hit. Take away the that is not good damage. But it's better than this. It's better than this off 20 to 23 frames. It's way better than that. That's what Eddy needs. He needs all of these moves to be looked at. Like, why do they work the way they do? So as you can see, that's jab punishable. Doesn't natural on counter hit into the low. Maybe it should. I don't know. But yeah, see, that's just what's wrong with Eddy. Like, if you ask me, like, maybe this doesn't need to be minus 27. It's so slow, I can't even get him to... There we go. Sorry, minus 24. Maybe it doesn't need to be that slow. Because isn't that how slow this is? No, wait. Yeah, that's minus 24. This does not give me a combo. Oh, and another move I wanted to talk about. This right here. All that effort for 24 damage. Doesn't even natural. It doesn't do it on counter hit either. Like, I feel like that should tailspin or something. That's so much wasted effort. This doesn't even have a crouching state. This is a backswing blow, just like this. Except this gives me a combo every time now. That's how they buffed this. If I land this 30 frame move, I get a combo every time. If I land this one, I get 24 damage. Or sorry, if you're mashing buttons. Okay. Counter hit combo starter at 30 frames. That doesn't do shit if you land it on hit. And they're off axis. There it is. These crumple state, off-axis combos aren't helpful. This only doing 24 damage and being this freaking slow, it doesn't have any built-in defense other than a back. It's not a good backswing blow. It works on highs. If someone throws out like a close range low or mid, he won't backswing blow it. Unbelievable. So yeah, all these slow moves that just do a heavy crumple stun. That didn't even do it because he was off axis. Wow. That do a heavy crumple stun. Yeah, we need to change that. That needs to not be how the character works. Let me try a character who doesn't Jenga rock real quick. Let's try a character who stands up straight. See if I can get a non-off-axis combo on them real quick with that move. Hey, yeah, I got one. That wouldn't have connected even without the wall. Hold on. Let me throw him down on the other platform. I probably should have picked an infinite stage for this, but I'm sick of... Like, the majority of my videos take place on infinite stages. I'm tired of it. That doesn't wall break? No, because it wall bounces, of course. Right. Slightly off axis, so you don't get the wall break. Slightly off axis, so you don't get the wall break. Trash wall game, everybody. There we go. Jesus. Yeah, that doesn't get... So let me get this straight. If I land this on counter hit, I have to go straight into the tailspin. That wasn't worth 30 frames of startup and a potential counter hit. This is not worth 30 frames of startup. Eddy needs to be better. He needs to do better on his actual kick moves. That's what's wrong with him. That and a universal jab on 2. Those are the areas I hope they focus on the most with changing him, because you gutted this, you gutted this, and because of it, and you took away this, and his running, like, you know, 1 + 2, he does not have one. I'm sorry, that's forward. I believe it was actually running. Nope, doesn't have it anymore. You know, it's just that they have the opportunity to make him better. They're about to give him a singular new move. I'm going to assume it's a single new move. He only got one new move last time, and he's not a Tekken 7 character, so he's probably not going to get multiple new moves, but they have a chance to give him something good. Something more fundamental, a more fundamental trick, something that's 13 or 14 frames from this position. I'm really scared they're going to give him another move out of a stance, out of handstand, or out of relax. I'm really afraid they're going to give him another move that forces him into handstand or into relax, which is not what he needs. It's the opposite direction with making this character better, with making this character work better. And I hope it's the direction they don't go in. Regardless of what they choose to do, I'm going to be here on this channel taking a look at what he does in Season 4, another breakdown of the changes, just like I did for Season 3, and I can't wait. I am actually excited. I want to see what happens. I want to see if he gets better. Because even though he's bad, he's still playable. He's on the cusp. He's on the line between good and bad, in my opinion, and the slightest push will push him, and he'll be a good character. But the slightest push could push him backwards. He could fall into just staying bad, being bad forever. So I'm just waiting for Season 4, just like everybody else. But anyway, that's it for now. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll have a link to the Twitch channel I did this on below, my Twitch channel, obviously. And thank you for watching. Now I'm going to go play for real.